What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be following on from yesterday's transfer update by discussing in more detail about Eric Garcia, what's next for him and what's next for Manchester City. So before we crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help support my channel, then subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. It is free. You can also find my social media links there in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. You can also find my email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, aiming for 300 likes, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. And also leave your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And so let's talk about Eric. No, not that one. Or that one. I hope people get the reference there. There we go. Sorted. Eric Garcia. So, what happened? Basically, Pep Guardiola confirmed just yesterday in his press conference before the Real Madrid game that Eric Garcia has rejected a new contract at Manchester City, and with him having less than a year left on his contract, it means one of two things is going to simply happen here. Eric Garcia is either going to leave Manchester City this summer, or he'll leave for next summer, and it will be for free. So that's the situation that we're facing at the moment with Eric Garcia. So I'm going to have a look at some options and what might be available to him. So firstly, let's just get it done and dusted. It's Barcelona showing a lot of interest. That is where Eric Garcia will be playing his football in the future. Whether that will come this summer or next summer still remains to be seen. But let's have a look at it from Eric Garcia's perspective first. He's born there. He's raised there. He's gone through their academy. He's a Barcelona lad. He's more than likely a Barcelona fan himself. He's moved to Manchester City to pursue his career, chance his arm in England, improve his game. He's done that, and now he's wishing to return back to familiar roots, to go back home. And I think we can all appreciate that that is very understandable. And if that's his reason for wanting to go back to Barcelona, then I'm absolutely fine with that. It's very understandable. It was the same situation with Leroy Sané wanting to go back to Germany. I understand. Absolutely won't hold a grudge against any player or any person wanting to do that. Very understandable. Now, should Barcelona want Garcia this summer, they are going to have to pay a fee. Barcelona are struggling for cash. I don't know how much money they've got to spend this summer. Lots of rumours are going around about how much Barcelona are willing to spend on Eric Garcia and what they're going to bid. Some have said as low as, less than 10 million euro. Some have said around 15 million euro. And apparently City are looking for what they call a suitable offer, which apparently City are looking for around a similar fee for what we have paid for Ferran Torres. So City looking basically for roughly somewhere around £20 million is what City are looking for. Will Barcelona pay it? Remains to be seen. City's stance, though, is very simple. Either Barcelona pay what City value Garcia at this summer, or City will give Eric Garcia another year in and around, you would imagine, the first team squad, and then he can leave for free the season after. It gets very interesting, this, because if Barcelona choose not to pay that fee for Eric Garcia's then got basically another year at Manchester City, and a year's a long time. Now, should Pep Guardiola, who I think has got only one more year left on his contract, I'm hoping that he's going to renew and we'll go get a few more years of Pep. Now, should Pep renew and sign a new contract at Manchester City, committing his future to City for the next 2 or 3 seasons after this upcoming season, then that might just tempt Eric Garcia, that if he gets lots of minutes for next season and he is getting in and around the first team squad, to actually say, I'm enjoying it here, I really like it here, I'm going to stay. And so that's a situation, that's a risk that Barcelona have to face up to. It's all about how much do they want Eric Garcia, and if they do, they will find the money and they will pay for him. If not, then, like I said, a year, anything can happen. This situation, though, is very similar to Leroy Sané. Once it gets down to that last year and teams are trying to bind the holding, basically, the holding all the cards with regards to this deal, then it's all about how much Barcelona want Garcia this summer. That's what it all comes down to. Do Barcelona want him? Will they wait a year? We'll have to wait and see. Bayern Munich were willing to play that same risk. In the end, they've ended up paying a fee because, you know, we may as well have him now, give him an extra year to settle, an extra year of development at Bayern Munich. And I imagine it's the same at Barcelona as well. And so I would say that it's well within Eric Garcia's best interest to leave this summer. I'd say it's in the best interest of Manchester City, because then we can promote some of our academy players and use them instead, the players that do want to stay at Manchester City and commit themselves to City. And it's also best for Barcelona because they're getting an extra year out of Garcia, and like I said, it's an extra year of settlement, it's an extra year of experience in and around the Barcelona first team squad. So we'd have to wait and see what's going to happen there. So, with all the possibilities talked about with Eric Garcia and what's going to happen to him, let's talk very quickly about Barcelona and what it means for Eric Garcia joining them. Now, Barcelona's got some fantastic centre-backs, they've got some great coaching there. Apparently Puyol is pulling the strings on this deal, and he's wanting to bring Garcia into Barcelona to try and train him up to be the next big prospect at centre-back for Barcelona. They've obviously got some fantastic defenders already there, and Titi just being one of a few that they've already got, PK being another as well. So it's going to be interesting as to how many minutes he's actually going to be guaranteed to get at Barcelona next season. We know at City, with City wanting to sign a top-class right-sided centre-back, that more than likely Eric Garcia will be playing as third or fourth choice, so playing a backup to that right-hand side of centre-back position, which could be someone like Koulibaly or Screenio or whoever Manchester City choose to sign. Then that slot goes right in for Eric Garcia. Now, what I will say is that if City fail to sign a centre-back, and that alarm bells will be going, but if that happens, then all of a sudden Eric Garcia's in a prime position here to get plenty of minutes and plenty of starts for Manchester City for next season. So, you know what I mean? He's got to weigh it up and see what happens there, but it seems like the decision has been made. I find it a bit strange that Pep's come out and said such things before the Real Madrid game. I don't know if he's going to be starting against Madrid. Obviously, we'll find out tonight what's going to be happening there. We're doing a live stream. Make sure you stay tuned for that. That is up on my channel if you want to go and set your reminder to watch the live stream, watch along with me if you so wish. But yeah, we'll have to see if he's going to start or not. It's really weird that Pep has decided to announce that, but Pep does strange things at times, so we'll wait and see what the reasoning is behind that. Like I said, maybe he's told Pep Guardiola his decision, Pep's made it public, and we might not see Eric Garcia again in a Manchester City kit, and that hurts a little bit because I think he's a fantastic young player, and I'd love for him to stay at Manchester City, but if he wants to go back home and go and play for Barcelona, then so be it, that's how it is. So let's instead, if Eric Garcia does leave, talk about what Manchester City are going to do instead. Now, one thing I'm going to rule out right now is City won't be replacing Eric Garcia. We know we're after that top-class right-hand side centre-back. That's our Vincent Kompany replacement because we never signed one last season. That's what's going to happen. Eric Garcia leaves, regardless of if he stays or leaves, City will be signing that top-class centre-back. Fingers crossed, hopefully, to go on that right-hand side. But Eric Garcia leaves, then all of a sudden City won't be replacing him. Now, what would make sense for City here is to promote one of the academy players. So we're first going to talk about Tosin Adarabioyo. He spent last season out on loan at Blackburn Rovers. He's done very well, and I think this would be a great sentiment to all the players at Manchester City that get sent out on loan to show that actually you can come to Manchester City, you can go out on loan, but you can still have a future at Manchester City. He's worked really hard, he's improved his game, he's been patient, he's had a really good season, and a great reward for him now would to be in and around the Manchester City squad for at least the next season. He's homegrown, it's not going to affect Manchester City's squad, so I don't see any negatives in having Tosin in and around the first team squad. Give him a season, let him learn, see what happens from there. And like I said, he may end up being, fourth, fifth choice at Manchester City, Tosin might. And he's a player, he wants to commit to Manchester City. He wants to sign a new contract. He's even come out and said in 5 years he wants to be the captain at Manchester City. Now that's the mentality, that's the love and heart at Manchester City that you want. You want players that want to be here, that will stay here, that want to commit themselves to Manchester City and show that loyalty and respect and willingness to work hard and do well, and Tosin has got that in an abundance, and so he is certainly an option that should Garcia leave, Tosin just has to come into our squad, in my opinion. Now, City could look elsewhere into the academy. One player we have seen also playing at centre-back in some of the cup games over the last couple of seasons has been Taylor Harwood-Bellis, and he's another player that should Garcia leave, I would make sure he stays in and around the first team squad. He may not get too many minutes, but he'll certainly learn from the experience of being in and around the squad, getting onto the substitute bench. It is a big blow for Manchester City that the Premier League's decided to reject the substitution rule of having 9 substitutes and being able to make 5 substitute appearances in a game, which is a blow to Manchester City because our squad is so big. I would say it's a plus for football because you don't necessarily need 5 substitutes in a game, but I feel like if they'd said 3 substitutes and you can use a couple of the academy lads to make up the other 2 substitution places, would have been a fantastic rule to have brought in. It would have been allowing players and encouraging clubs to promote their young players like Harwood-Bellis, players that need to get minutes. I do feel that with Fernandinho having 1 year left on his contract, that Harwood-Bellis' time in minutes at Manchester City, it may be a bit hit and miss, and so he may go down the loan route. We may decide to send Harwood-Bellis maybe into the Championship. It's worked wonders for Tosin. See what happens there. I mean, Tosin Adarabioyo could leave Manchester City. We could sell him permanently. He could be loaned out. I do not know, but I'm hoping that keep these young academy players in and around the first team squad, set the precedent that if an academy player leaves Manchester City, we don't go out there and buy players. We just promote the next player, and it just goes on as a continuous conveyor belt of young players. And I think it would be a really good opportunity now for Manchester City to start getting their academy into flourishing, to show just what we can do. We've brought in Garcia, we've made him go through the academy. He's worked really hard, he's got into the first team squad, he's got some starts, he's got some minutes under his belt. He may end up being now a £20 million player before the time he's even turned 20 years old. It's incredible. But yeah, there we go. Like I said, it's a good chance here now to get some young players in and around the City first team squad from the academy. Harwood-Bellis, Tosin Adarabioyo, there's other players as well. Jaden Braff, Cole Palmer, Adrian Benabe, Tommy Doyle as well. These players I want to be seen in and around the City first team squad over the next year or so, and more young players as well. There's going to be lots of games in a short period of time. No reason why we can't be having a nice big squad made up of quite a few academy players, giving them plenty of minutes, plenty of starts, in particular in cup competitions coming up over the next season. It's going to be a sandwiched in season. It's going to be just as many games in a shorter period of time. The European Championships coming up as well at the end of next summer, so yeah, in my opinion, good time to be promoting some academy players. So I'd say it's an exciting time to be an academy player, really. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much been the video. I'd say that's everything that there's to talk about in terms of Eric Garcia. I'm going to be gutted if he does leave Manchester City, but just like Leroy Sané, if he does leave, I'm going to wish him all the best. Won't hold anything personal against him, and should we face Bayern Munich as of next season and Leroy Sané starts against us, I'm hoping that people will show their appreciation. I mean, Leroy Sané, he wants to go back home, he wants to go back to Germany, go and play for Bayern Munich. I'm hoping that City fans would be able to show their appreciation for Leroy Sané and his dedication and his time at Manchester City, which helped produce some wonderful football. And it's the exact same again with Eric Garcia. He's really helped us since the return of the Premier League after the pandemic. He's come in, worked really hard, helped Manchester City to pick up some momentum, and hopefully can take that momentum to potentially winning the Champions League. So hopefully we can make it through against Real Madrid tonight. So there we go. So I've been JSGC. I hope everyone has enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Aiming for 300 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my social media. Email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What should City do if Eric Garcia does leave for Barcelona? Who should we promote? Maybe you think we should sign someone, so let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you all again for the next video, transfer update, which will be out a little bit later today. So I've been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.